So we wanted to zoom in on one of the stories from the trenches, a fintech that spans developing markets in Central and South America, Africa, and hopefully also going forward Asia. So with me in the studio today, I have Lars Møller from the company Ingemann and Agroclimatica.
So Agroclimatica is a platform that we've developed within my family's business called Ingemann. We are entrepreneurial of spirit and started some years ago developing an agro business, an agro export business in Nicaragua, for reasons that is not quite justifiable, besides the fact that it was one of those things of life. So today we have a Agroclimatic risk score. So we have a platform that assesses risks for agricultural credits around the world. We realized that climate change was a strategic risk for our business. So we set in motion a program or a project to develop a toolbox for our own supply chain. The idea was to say, well, if we can project what will happen if we understand how a crop behaves as a function of the weather, and we can predict the weather, it gives an opportunity to understand the risk, associating that with good agricultural practices, so the recommendations, then we have a technical assistance tool. So it was sort of we built the idea behind this, as an effort to empower our own value chain and protect, so to see, our own business against climate change.
So how much of that came actually out of a sustainability approach or a thinking, a mindset around sustainability, and how much is it just good and sound business?
But I disagree with the premise. I disagree with the premise because there is no mutual exclusivity between the two if it's done well. The more money the farmer makes because he produces more, the more we make as an exporter. So our business depends on their business. So this not mutually exclusive, and that's the beauty of the model. So
tell a little bit more about how you moved on from. Or not moved on, but building on what you've been doing at Ingemann, and then building Agroclimatica that you're now building, and I know that is branching out in different directions also.
Yeah. So it started like a cup of coffee and a good idea. I said, well, we have this methodology. If we can predict how crops behave as a function of the climate, what else can we do with it? And we realized that, well, what about risk scoring for financial credits? A colleague of ours had been, he was running a successful MFI, and he had these issues in his day-to-day business. So that's how we started developing, or that's why we started developing this platform.